Good morning and welcome to week 7 of EDU 506. This will be our last video for the semester. So congratulations on making it this far. This week we're focusing on trauma stewardship in action. We're going to read Vandernoot Lipsky chapter 7 through 12 and the conclusion. Um, Discussion board learning activities by Thursday. And assignment 4 is due Monday. For your opening remarks, complete the sentence, I am, in regards to this class. All right. So discussion board 1, revisit the trauma-informed educator self-assessment by Multnomah County Defending Childhood Initiative completed earlier in this course. Reflect on your current knowledge and the knowledge you noted when you completed the self-assessment and answer the 4 questions below. For discussion board number 2, throughout the required chapters this week, Vandernoot Lipsky gave suggestions for you to try to support you in finding your way to being a steward of trauma. Identify at least 3 of the tips outlined and explain how you can incorporate them into your schedule or routine. Why did you choose those tips? And then identify another 3 tips that you feel would be difficult or challenging to include and why. And now we're going to go over and discuss our final assignment, which is due Monday of week 8. Please don't be late on this one because the grading turnaround is very tight. Please note that for this one, you can choose to write a paper or to do a presentation. The content is the same, but it is your choice which direction you go on, and please be sure to consult the rubric. So the purpose of this writing assignment is to create an action plan answering the program's essential question as it relates to this course. Reminder, that question is, in light of what is known about how children learn, how shall professional educators best promote resilience and recovery for the children and their families who have experienced traumatic events? Make sure you summarize how childhood trauma and toxic stress impact students in their academic learning. Articulate an understanding of how the building of resilience-enhancing skills can support the growth of children and well-being of educators. As always, include your introduction and purpose of writing it. You're going to create an action plan, which we will discuss more. Answering the program's essential question, make sure you cover potential barriers and strategies to address them. Summarize childhood trauma and toxic stress and how they impact students and their academic learning. And articulate how the building of resilient skills can support the growth of children and well-being of educators. If you choose to go the paper route, this should be 5 to 7 pages of written content, not including your title page or reference pages. Please, please, please make sure that you include references that are not the course textbooks as well as the course textbooks. For a 5 to 7 page paper, your references should be at a minimum 5 outside sources. Or you can do a visual presentation. PowerPoint, YouTube, Prezi, Zoom recording, however you want to do it. Just make sure you include audio and visual components. Should be the same content as above. And while APA formatting in that type of thing is limited, you should still have an introduction and purpose stated. You should have your sources cited where available and a reference page at the end. The length of your presentation, if you choose this one, should be 5 to 7 minutes. Just a reminder to check the syllabus for the rubrics as it is in there. All right, so your action plan should include, but it's not limited to, clearly state a complete list of specific feasible steps towards your goal, which means you should also probably say what your goal is. Every step necessary to successfully implement your plan. Potential barriers should be clearly defined. So if I want to not have any snow on my driveway all winter long, I need to be out there shoveling every time it snows or every time it gets really windy. Potential barriers are one car pulls into my driveway, I now have to figure out how to get off that compacted snow. And sometimes people have to leave really early in the morning and I haven't gotten up yet. So that's a very weak action plan. But note I noted some things that are going to make it more difficult to do and how I'm going to address them. Make sure you include goals. What are your steps to get there? Timelines, very, very rough. Like this is going to be a 3-year project. We're going to do it in 6 months, or we're going to check back in every 2 months. What are your hurdles and barriers to success? I'm going to go over to the syllabus real quick. Just note that um, the potential barriers are clearly defined and strategies to address them is right there in what needs to be in this. Make sure you include that. And then remember that the rubrics are down here. They list what you should include. And there is one for the paper and one for the audiovisual presentation. They are just slightly different. So make sure you peek at those before you get started. Good luck. Please complete the course evaluation. That helps me adjust how I teach these classes. Um, and just a reminder that your opening remarks for this week are to complete the sentence in regards to this course. I am dot 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 dot. I hope everybody has happy holidays. It has been a great pleasure working with you all semester, and I hope to run into you more as you continue through this program.